a bit of a crazy game, that one. 21-0 down pretty early on, and then you come back and have a chance to potentially win it later on. What does that say about this group and the character they showed tonight?
Yeah, I think they were gritty, but they also put together some pretty good footy. I think we earned the 7 we got in the first half, and then we really rolled our sleeves up in the second half. Got a couple of nice line breaks, but so did they. The reality is they maybe could have got more of a margin on the scoreboard if they'd finished a couple of opportunities. So we've got to be realistic about that. But we probably missed a couple of opportunities toward the end there as well, which was really frustrating to get so close.
Joe, what did you make of the final call from Carl Dixon into the scrum from the trial of Morgan?
Yeah, look, it's just one of those things. I thought the referee was pretty consistent through the game. Probably both teams had to play off quite a bit of slow ball. And so there was probably a little bit more licence there than we'd expected, but he was really consistent with both sides.
Was that high contact though?
Yeah, other people will make those decisions, and we'll have a look at the footage for sure. I haven't chatted to Hunter as yet.
Joe, it's 21 nil after 15 minutes there. Just from a defensive perspective, how you sort of noticing the box out, it just wasn't quick enough, allowed the space to open up?
I think some of it was over ball that was turned over, and then we'd destabilised a little bit defensively. And one of the things we've been working on is trying to stay connected. But guys like Will Jordan and Damien McKenzie, they don't need too much space to threaten the line. I thought Caleb Clark was really strong running at the line as well. And once they did get through, it was very hard to contain them. So we got a little bit overspaced at times, and we didn't kind of stay square off the line. We started wedging in, and that's the corners that they're looking for.
Okay, down 24 just after the second half. At the start of the second half. What do you say at the moment? At what stage did you start just to feel the momentum of the game swing your way?
Yeah, well, I guess for us in that first half, we didn't have much possession or territory, so we sort of knew when we did have the ball, we got 14 points there, and we just wanted to sort of our sort of motto's been all week. We wanted to win the next moment, and we did that in the second half a lot better. And once we held on the ball and got through phases, our shape looked a lot better, and we started cutting them up a bit. But it's obviously a bit tougher when you give them the head start there at the start.
Harry, what did you say to the boys after the game tonight?
Yeah, well, we sort of said we need to start better. We can't really give a team like New Zealand that head start, but we're really proud of the way we worked back into the game, and we, I guess, put ourselves in a position where we could have won it there at the end. So we took the positive from that, but in saying that, we just lost to the Kiwis, so we've got to be realistic. We need to win those sort of moments.
Well, just short, was that magnify within you even more going into next week's test, if you motivate this to get the job done?
Yeah, definitely. We'll take our learnings from tonight, and we'll train hard during the week, and we'll make sure we come out and ready to have a red hot crack there in Wellington. We got close tonight, but not close enough. So there's a lot of motivation for us next week.
Joe, is this a glass half empty or half full for you, given that first 30 minutes and then the final second half? How do you balance the two and come up with a message this week?
Yeah, there's not a lot of water in the glass. You lose a test match. So for us, as Harry said, there's things that we've got to learn from. We can't finish a close second. There's some things to be proud about, and I totally agree with Harry around building our way back into the game, but giving a New Zealand side a start like that, it's too tough to overcome that, albeit it almost did happen at the finish. So by no means is it back to the drawing board. I think there's some things there that they'll be looking at and saying, well, we were a bit vulnerable here or there, and I just thought that there was some things that we put together that they'll look at and be a little bit challenged by. But what we can't do is turn ball over to them or kick loosely to them, because I thought Will Jordan was outstanding tonight. Damien McKenzie, he maybe didn't finish a couple of opportunities, but geez, he makes them. So, you know, there are a couple of guys who obviously stood out, and you know, in amongst a number of guys, you know, the likes of Caleb Clark as well was really dangerous with ball in hand.
Coach, do you think you surprised them, Joe? Do you think you surprised them?
Not at the start. Maybe they were surprised because they went through us pretty quickly. But yeah, I don't know if we surprised them, because I would have thought that they were pretty well prepared for, you know, what we would bring based on, you know, that first 30 minutes in Santa Fe, based on a couple of tries that we got in La Plata against Argentina. I do think that we're building a little bit, but no, I think I said on Thursday, no progress is linear. So even in that game, it undulated, and we've got to get as linear as we can in the improvements we make, because what we can't do is lapse somewhere else if we're looking to improve in one particular area. You know, I thought one of the standout areas in Santa Fe was our line-out, and today it was a much tougher day at the office as far as the line-out was concerned. So things, you know, they do tend to fluctuate.
Scrums today?
Scrums, I thought we were pretty solid, and you know, as part of that scrum was, you know, Slips coming on there for number 140 was pretty special, I think, and you know, he got a knock, but he's pretty keen to get back on there and finish the game, and he wasn't too far away from maybe even getting over at one stage. Unfortunately, not close enough.
Were the All Blacks what you expected tonight, given your involvement?
Yeah, they were really dangerous off loose ball. They kick a fair bit, but they kick well, so they turn you around and you've got to play from deep. I think we had about a third of the territory in the first half, so they had 2/3 of it. So we were kind of locked in our own third, and they're really strong at the set piece. We knew that would be the case, and so that gives them a platform to play off, and the other platform they play really well off is any loose kicking or loose ball, and we actually provided a little bit of that for them as well, unfortunately.
Gary, you had about 25 tackles tonight, but one time you slipped the escorts, beat Cotovetti down the field and tackled Will Jordan. Was that your favourite tackle of tonight?
Yeah. I guess any time you can try and get a tackle on Will Jordan, because he's quite hard to tackle normally. So try to get after him there, but yeah, no.
So now you're kick chasing.
Only when you can get a little free hit there.
All the coaches and all those players that often come in here and say they admire the fight from Australia, or the grittiness, the ability to stay in the fight. Is there enough time left between now and next year in the Lions to marry up the detail that you want with the fight, so you're just not relying on the fight to get good matches?
Yeah, I thought there was some pretty good detail out there, and talking to a couple of the All Blacks, they felt stressed when we got into a bit of shape and got a few options running. So, you know, you're right, Pato. It's not perfect, but it's something to build on. And the grittiness, mate, you always want that. You gotta have that, and we saw evidence of that, which is something we've got to replicate. You've got to stay gritty, but you're right. If we can nail a little bit more of that detail, and even towards the end, I know when Lenny scored, there's a pretty clear knock on from Andrew Callaway, but you know, I think opening them up there was still pretty effective. We just need to execute better.
Joe, a lot of chopping and changing from selection wise this season, but the team's badly tonight. Do you feel like you're getting close to your strongest team, and would you now benefit from a bit more continuity?
Yeah, yes and no. we thought it was the right team for this occasion, and there were some tough calls. Carlo Tizzano has been outstanding, and Fraser built his way into the game, and he's got a massive engine, Fraser McWright. So, there were a few close calls there. Jake Gordon has been really good for us this year, and Nick White went out and, certainly played well, discussed the game well, I just felt that there were a couple of change-ups that we did make that didn't look too bad. It was good to have Hunter Paisami back in there. He is a punchy player who can give you advantage line, his combination with Lenny Ikato is one that's been around for quite some time, albeit that Hamish Stewart did a great job, particularly in La Plata when we won that game against Argentina. So, there's a few changes. Luke Hahn was coming back from injury. I thought he came on and made a really good impression off the bench. So, there were a few guys who came off the bench and did a good job.
Joe, just on a bigger question about the cup format, I wonder if you've got a comment about how it's a two-match series, and we've come here tonight, you've only just gone down narrowly, and that's it for another year. Do you think it should be like a one-off game or a three-match series? It seems a very hard thing to win that.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that arrangement last year and the year before. But now I'm not so happy about that arrangement. We'd love it to be still alive. I think the people, the public in Wellington, I think it's sold out, and it'll be a cracking atmosphere. But if there was something live on the game, it would be great. So that's something that other people make decisions about. We just get to decide which way we're going to kick. Well, we don't actually. Harry hasn't won a toss yet, but we're looking forward to getting to make a decision around that at some stage.
Last couple, please, guys.
Joe, did you have any doubt about the fortitude of this group coming back from Santa?
No, not really, and I think you wouldn't underestimate the I suppose the value of James Slipper in a group. He is real glue. And the respect that he has amongst the group, there's no way the group were just going to give it up with Slips having his 140th cap. So we can't get inspired by a one-off occurrence where we're emotionally attached to it. We've got to be a little bit more pragmatic than that. But I did think it was a really gritty performance, and that certainly shows some promise.
Last one, please. Defensively, there has been several times being exposed. I know you spoke a little bit about it. Are you happy with a lot of international sides are doing it up and in, trying to close that gap immediately? You guys are doing something different. Are you happy with that at the moment?
Yeah, I think because we're starting from scratch. A lot of sides have had a lot of time together. Having coached Geordie and Rico, they work really well together. They've had a lot of time. Hunter was first time back in, so you're not trying to destabilise yourself. So you're trying to build, and I think defensive systems become a little bit multifaceted once you've got a rhythm and a real understanding of getting one way right first of all, and then building to put pressure on others. But in the end, it was four tries each. So I think both defensive systems did well and not so well at times.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Thank
I'll
you.
pop back in with James to the bill, which will be under embargo at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you.
Yes, guys.
Thanks.
Gotta do some props.